Afternoon guys, hope everyone's doing well. Today we have a pretty amazing first impressions. I was very kindly gifted this tobacco by a friend. For those who don't know, Balkanson Brandy has been on my list to try for a long time. It's been a blend that for the last couple of years I would have loved to try, but of course you can never get your hands on it. So yeah, this will be a pretty special first impressions. Not sure exactly the date code. I can't remember how you decode Germains. I do have a lot of Germains tins with the same codes on it, so I'll have to try and work out a way to decode the age. But I think this is at least a year or two old. And yeah, really excited to get this cracked open. So I thought, instead of opening it myself, I would do a first impressions and share the experience with everyone else. Nice fizz. Look how dark that is. That smells pretty fantastic. Right, this could be a lot older than I actually think. To me, look how nicely dark and brown the parchment is. Very much a shy cut, that's what I have read. You see the sugar crystals. For another smell. This looks fantastic. Yeah, very almost shy cut it is. Very fine. Should light nice and easy. But yeah, pretty dark paper. Especially a bit of parchment. We'll have to try and do some, try and decode the number on the back to try and see if there's a very ageless tin. Because like I said a year, 2 years. Although I've never had this blend, but typically but the paper parchment takes longer than a year or 2 years to get that much oil on it. But who knows? So we will take some, try to get a bit of luck here and there. So this is an Oriental forward blend, if I can recall correctly. I believe Virginia Orientals, Latakia, and if I'm correct, I think there's a good couple of different Orientals. Nice consistency, good moisture. I'd say pretty much ready to go, to be honest. Yeah. Alright, I think I'll stop it here. I'll come back with once the pipe's packed and lit. I'll give you my first thoughts. Right, so we're back. Have the pipe lit up, and first impressions are fantastic. Extremely smooth. It's got kind of a butter taste to it, in the sense that it's kind of really rich but really creamy and smooth. Yeah, so far really enjoying it. The ash is already starting to burn to a really nice white ash. But first impressions are, it's a very nice blend. I would say currently the main component I'm getting is the Orientals. I will have to, once I've filmed this, I will have to try and do some more research into the blend's components, and kind of like what kind of proportions weigh more. Is there 60% Oriental to 20% Virginia to 30% Latakia? Kind of balance it out and try and work out what's what. So far really impressed. Smoking it today on one of my own pipes. This is my Lovat, nice chunky pipe. I made this for myself with the intention of it being a proper workshop pipe. So while I'm working, I can sit and have a smoke. Although, because some of you may be aware, I've mentioned previously, I haven't been having much latakia in the last kind of 6 or 7 months. I've been very Virginia forward for a long time. But this is a very nice change of pace. But the reason I'm saying that is because this pipe, I don't know if you can see the walls, you can see there, it's not really broken in that well. Because I just haven't had time. I might have had probably 3 or 4 bowls in this. Maybe not even that. I do have other latakia pipes, like the pipe on the end, but that pipe's slightly ghosted now from the blends that has been in it. The blends that I smoke in that are typically Northwoods and Watch City Cigar Stardust, which have a slightly more they're more of a crossover blend, they are a latakia base, but they also have Cavendish. They're not aromatics, but they've got a slight more aromatic feature and presence to them. So the pipe, it's not ghosted, but it doesn't taste good. It tastes fantastic. But you wouldn't really want to smoke blends such as this in that pipe now. Hence why I try and keep this pipe for more natural blends, like say this or Jermaine's Special Latakia Flake. Smoke output's good, flavour is really good. Burns nice. I always find that kind of a very, very fine cut can sometimes be hard for me to keep lit as well as other blends, whereas I'm sure other people find it the opposite. That's partly because I'd say 80% of what I smoke are flakes. I actually don't have many blends that are ready rubbed. This is probably the only blend I have which is this fine, I would say. But yeah, really nice so far. I think we'll end it here and I will get back to you when we're further down the bowl. Right, we are approaching, I'd say, the bottom of the bowl slowly. And I'd have to say this is a truly fantastic blend. Definitely meets the hype behind it, I would say. If you're really into more of those oriental forward blends, I would highly recommend. I would actually say that you could probably have this in a well, everyone's different. For me personally, I dedicate my pipes to blends. To genres. So I have Virginia pipes, I have some Virginia Perique pipes, and I have Latakia pipes. And I would say this, that you could probably actually smoke this in any pipe, in the sense that the Latakia is not forward at all. To me, at least in this blend, it plays much more of a kind of a reserved role. It just adds that kind of slight smokiness to it. It just adds some extra flavour on top. Definitely the Orientals in the forefront, but you can also taste that, to me, the very classic kind of Jermaine's Virginia. Definitely does play a part too. You can see the crystals surrounding the tobacco. I would say I'm going to have to try and do some, either ask the person that I got this from if he knows the age, because I'd be inclined to say it's much older than 1 or 2 years old. It tastes that kind of, it's got a richness to it, but at the same time, to me, it's very mellow, kind of easygoing. But of course, we'll have a lot of flavour. I'd say the strength, well, I've got pretty much the entire way through this bowl. I'd say the strength is mild to maybe slightly under medium, no more than that. Likewise, not getting much nicotine off this at all. But fantastic. Gonna have to be very sparing with this though, as it's for the last 2 years. Occasionally, when it drops, I will try and get a tin, but I've not been able to yet. So, assuming I don't get one for another while, this will be a blend I will, similar to some of my Frogmortons, where I'll dip into every 2, 3, 4 months just to get a bowl, but to also let the tobacco age and develop itself. But like I said, I'm not entirely sure on the age of this. I would be inclined to say 5 years plus, due to the colour of the wrappers, the sugar crystals. Again, you heard the kind of fizz of the tin that was sealed. It isn't like it had a bad seal and auction has got to it. So yeah, interesting. But end of the day, fantastic blend. Highly recommend to all. And even if you're not a fan of Latakia, in my mind, the Latakia plays very, very reserved role. But if you're into blends that are just smooth, rich and creamy, this is up there. This is top tier. Fantastic. But yeah, that being said, hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend or week. I don't know when this was when this will go up. So the timeline's probably set off. As of now, when this filming, I do have 1 pipe still available on the website. And going forward, I think next week's plan of action is to try and get 2 or 3 commissions done, as my commission list is very fortunate to build up again quite a lot. So go try and get through some commissions, but I'll also try and get, like always, a weekly available pipe up too. But anyway, that being said, hope everyone takes care. Cheers all.